Wrestling POV content not be suitable to audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV content not be suitable to audiences. Your discretion is advised.
That's kind of not what we're asking, though. Is it?
But no,
I mean, come on.
It's
not.
50-50.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit right now. People's POV is starting to piss me the fuck off. I'm thinking about changing the goddamn name of the show.
You can't.
Yes, I can.
We got shirts.
Says otherwise. You should try it sometime. Thank you. Thank you. That fucking sarcastic laugh from that motherfucker.
That's how I laugh.
Yeah, right.
Listen to all 208 episodes.
I know.
Bitch.
Pissing your Cheerios.
I pissed in my own Cheerios. Why would I eat it, though, after that? It's beyond me, so.
Gonna stomp my boots in the...
Feel sorry for your wife. All right.
Congratulations.
On to the rumors.
She was probably like, you were listening to POV again, wasn't you?
She's over vagina.
Here's your headline.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new edition of Wrestling POV. I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with Meaty Goody.
Shalom.
And the third wheel, Rick Serrano the third.
Hey, people.
And our intern, bless you, Miguel Cole.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Alrighty, we got the NXT takeover.
Yeah.
They got their own weekend. What the hell?
Wow.
Nice.
They got their own special weekend.
All by himself. It's magical.
That's it, man. We got, give our little predictions on that. No game for that. All right. We're just gonna give our quick predictions on it. That's it. Other things that's been happening, not too much. No. Some things that are out there that the Wrestling POV Global guys covered, and so we don't need to cover it. I mean, we might, take a stab at it maybe, but I do have some words about, and I think this is what, with any show, about what happened on AEW, which is probably one of the biggest things everybody was talking about. But we'll cover that in a little bit, and I'm interested to hear you guys' opinions on it, because I do have something to say. All right?
Ooh, well, we know.
You damn right.
You always got something to say.
I got something to say. Fuck the police. No?
Oh my goodness! This just took a left turn.
It did at a minute and change in. Damn right it did. All right, so let's go straight into the our poll. I don't even think we did a poll, did we?
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. The John Cena's. But before we go into that,
Probably had to see it.
I had to. No. Before we go into that, I posted this. I guess I don't know. What do you call it? A GIF? It's not really a GIF.
GIF.
It's a GIF. All right, of Mike Tyson saying, "Hey Baszler, I said the ear, not the neck. You silly."
In reference to Shayna Baszler biting Becky Lynch's neck.
If in case you missed it. Now, people, if you can't take a joke, don't comment, man. I mean, to each his own is my opinion. When I saw this, I automatically thought of Mike Tyson. I was just trying to think of the words to say, especially trying to sound like him and then write it out like him. It's nearly damn impossible. Dale Race, he said, I knew I wasn't the only one thinking about Mike Tyson when this happened. James Thayer responded to him saying they could have at least made the blood look real, which it's like, dudes, come on, man. Really?
Everybody, if it was the hue was all off. The hue, it had to be darker.
I know, right? Jesus Christ. It was too liquidy. Oh, you saw Shayna put the balloon in her mouth. No, you didn't, you dumb fucks. No, you did not. You saw her take her mouthpiece outside of... See, I was just sounding like Mike Tyson. It's time.
My pasta got the sucker in fucking head.
Don't make me laugh.
Oh my God. It's stupid. Frankie Eloli, he says the internet, I swear. Which I'm hoping he was
I don't think he was sarcastic. I think he liked it. Yeah.
Okay.
Not the way he read it, though.
And then he posted another one. He said, but Shayna Baszler is an animal, though, biting Broad's neck and shit. Laugh out loud. Charles E. Beard, he said Shayna was fake. Tyson was real. I hate the word fake. I really do.
Oh, man.
I really do. And Rick, when you're going to be in the business long enough, you're going to start hating the word fake.
Oh, I do. I hate it now.
You do it? Good.
Yeah. His wife uses it all the time.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You mean she fakes it all the time?
Jesus.
Oh, dear. Oh, there you go. All right. All right, Frankie Eloli, he responded to that and says, laugh out loud, we know, dude, we're just going with the story. And that's exactly...
You know what? Can we have, instead of hater comment of the week, can we have fan of the week? Because that guy right there is a fan of the week.
We'll take, from now on, we'll do a fan of the week and then we'll do a hater comment because we got to do a hater. So we'll put Frankie E-L-O-I. How you spell it? How you pronounce
Eloi?
it? Eloi? All right, we'll go with that one. We'll do Frankie Eloi as the fan of the week. But I think Charles E. Beard, I think we might have to go with him. Oh, but they have a little conversation here. Yeah. Charles E. Beard responded to him and says, yeah, I know, man. Just remembering when Tyson actually did it.
Can we not continue reading this?
We have to.
Oh, damn.
Lindell Wynn Sr., he jumped in this conversation, and he says, what if it wasn't fake? Because they have real incidents like Foley's ear, which is true.
That is true.
But the blood wasn't real.
I know, right?
It wasn't dark enough.
It wasn't dark. No, it was not.
The hue was...
Charles E. Beard, he responded... Yeah, the hue... he responded back to Lindell and says, well, Foley and Funk set each other on fire and shit. I like that dude. He grew on to me. I thought he was, fucking with us in the beginning, but he grew on to me. Mario's Giannopoulos. Wow. He says, oh dear Gratos Almighty, what the hell are they doing with Shayna? Let me tell you something. I had no problem with what Shayna did.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
You know why? Because that's the first goddamn time I've ever seen somebody bite somebody's neck. And that, not really, whether it's fake or not, it don't matter. And to show blood like that.
Yeah, but I didn't get it.
I have my theory, kind of.
Okay.
And we'll talk about it later. Pavel Shalkowski. Wow. He said he was replying to him because I have no idea. This is the same company who called AEW for a stupid moment. Now, I disagree with that. Because AEW does that to WWE all the time.
Yeah, and you can't compare Orange Cassidy to the Shayna Baszler thing.
Thank you.
Because what Orange Cassidy does is tomfoolery. Now, don't get me wrong. It makes me laugh every now and then.
But you can only tell the same knock-knock joke, so many times.
Yep.
Yeah, like this one. Knock, knock.
Who there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting cow.
Moo! No?
I got one.
Yeah?
I got one.
Go ahead.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
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 I don't even know the damn joke. That you just keep going with it. That's it. But you see how. But you see how. But you see how annoyed you got after just a few times. Y'all gotta excuse Mimi because she just got done with a cough, a cold, a flu. The flu. So when she's
where did she fly?
Cough, so. She flew to San Antonio. Actually, that's why she wasn't here last week.
I got the Modelo virus.
Now here's one that you got involved with, Rick. Mm-hmm. And Chris Sear, he says, it had potential, but overemphasis on his list ruining half these memes. Dude, don't sound like that anymore. Laugh out loud. And then Rick, you got involved, and he
Yeah.
says, "God damn it!"
Because it's just like, listen, when you talk to people like this online, I realize negativity doesn't go over well. So you just gotta laugh at it and just keep it moving. And actually, he then gave like a heartfelt thing about Mike Tyson's list that I didn't know. So it was actually
I knew.
Yeah.
I knew, but I still went with it. And the reason why I knew is because I worked at the same facility that Mike Tyson was locked up in when I was a corrections officer. So there you go.
Oh,
So you didn't know that? I thought I told you that. Now you know. So now my thing is that he was offended.
Yeah, I know. He's like, damn.
So, but my thing is this, okay? I got nothing against Mike Tyson. Great boxer. Great person. I mean, he fucked up here and there, and he knows, and he admitted it, paid his price to society. He did. Came back, different person, because he realized that people were actually the ones helping him were the ones hurting him. Okay? He has a big marijuana franchise in California, which I think helped his list. No, I'm kidding. But he did work on it. Okay? But the thing of it is that if nobody was a Tyson fan, and then you ask somebody, hey, do you know who Mike Tyson is? And they go, yes. That's it. That's what everybody, it's true. That's what everybody knows him for. Not now. Mm-hmm. He does still talk. I'm sorry. He still talks like that.
Still.
He still talks like that.
It's not strong, but it's still a lisp.
Yeah, whatever.
When you see him doing his pigeon show.
Yeah, pigeon show. All right, so that's it for that. Like I said, we'll talk more about it later on. All right, now one poll that we have was that what is your POV on John Cena returning to Smackdown February 28th? Rick, why'd you post that?
Because I really want to know if people are actually excited about this.
I want to know what you're thinking. Tell me what's on your mind. I want to know.
Nah, that's it. All right,
that was
1980s, guys. 1980s. Mm-hmm. Yeah, keep it there.
Look it up.
Yeah. So, same thing with the 80s. Keep John Cena there. That's my POV on it.
Damn.
Why? Why is he coming back?
You was born in the 80s, wasn't you?
Yeah, late 80s. 87. 87.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, don't do the math.
I am doing the math because I was a junior in high school.
Oh, Jesus. All right, but anyway, John Cena should not return. I don't see the point in him returning. I'm already sick of Goldberg returning. I'm sick of Hogan returning.
Hold on, let me ask you a question, though. You're saying you're sick of him returning, but, I mean, obviously this is for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So who would you be more sick and tired of seeing at WrestleMania, Undertaker or John Cena?
Ugh. I would be more sick of seeing Undertaker at this point. However, just because I'm more annoyed seeing one person doesn't mean I don't get to be annoyed at the other person. Because that's my POV.
Alrighty then.
I gotta stop doing that. I'm gonna break my neck doing this.
Exactly, yeah. Been hanging out with my hair back and forth. My opinion, to answer my own damn question, I'm honestly getting tired of seeing the Undertaker. Why? Because he should have retired a long time ago. But there is a thing that you're never really retired from wrestling. Okay? You never, seriously. You know why? Because when somebody offers you a check for easy money, you're going to do it. You're going to do it, regardless of what it is. Hence, Hulk Hogan being on SmackDown. Anyway, Inku Palios. He was active last week, wasn't he?
Yes.
Inku? He said John Cena should have gone to Raw and challenged Seth Rollins to one more match at Mania. Would we really want to see that?
No.
Seth Rollins versus John Cena?
No.
I say no. I say no. And you say yes. I don't know the rest. All right. Thank God, right? Michael James Churchill. He says, not surprised he's coming back, but I doubt it. Be for a match, more likely promote one of his movies or something, which he's doing. He's right in the middle of doing Suicide Squad.
Oh, that's true.
Suicide Squad Part 2. He's doing
with the new Harley Quinn.
What is it really?
Yeah, she's gonna have the black and red outfit.
Oh, nice. But the same damn Joker. Keith Lane, he says, never liked him in the first place and have not changed my mind. That's kind of not what we're asking, though. Is it?
But no, I mean,
come on.
But it's still
It's not.
50-50.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit right now. People's POV is starting to piss me the fuck off. I'm thinking about changing the goddamn name of the show.
You can't.
Yes, I can.
We got shirts.
It don't matter.
We got shirts sitting in a factory. We can't change the name of the show.
We'll change the the damn letters then. We'll change what they mean. People over veggies. That's what we'll call the show. Wrestling People Over Veggies podcast. That's what we're gonna call the damn show.
Oh my God.
All right.
No.
Yes. Pope over the Vatican. I don't freaking know.
Over the Vatican.
Shit. I got pulled in this bitch.
Jeez.
All right. But surprisingly, this was pretty close. This was close.
How close was it?
57% of the people said awesome.
I thought it was awesome.
43% of the people said, why? Why?
Still less than 50.
Why for? For what? I don't get it. So anyway, I'm curious to see where they're gonna go with it.
Right.
John
What's the end
Cena,
game?
yeah, what I always say. But the thing of it is, John Cena can still wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
Is he old? He's getting up there now. He can still put on
Has
a good
he
match.
ever been able to wrestle?
Yes. Come
Really?
on, man. You got to give John Cena some. Yes. You got to give him some kind of props. Because I swear to God, that time that he went off on Roman Reigns, that was probably the best promo I've ever heard in the longest time.
You say the
For the
promo,
longest
but
time.
talking about wrestling.
If you give me 2 more seconds, I'm about to say it.
You're gonna say, and that
His
time
wrestling.
he fought AJ Styles.
That you can't tell me that was not a good match.
It was great.
Alrighty then.
And every other match where he had 4 moves.
He always is gonna do that move set. Just like if a promoter or a manager, how they always say the same damn thing all the damn time in every damn promo.
I am the agent Rick Serrano
See,
the third.
Thank you.
Listen, man. Speaking of
Kind
which,
of like
guys,
Roman Reigns with the...
Yeah, well, not only that,
Superman
no.
punch.
What does he do right before he does a spear?
all right,
It's
but
the same. Everybody has one.
yeah, but you can't compare.
RKO.
You can't
Yeah, you
compare
can.
a bad wrestler with another bad wrestler.
No, they're not bad.
Okay.
He does the same move set.
Okay.
We're talking to sets. We're not talking
Move
about
set.
how good they are.
But no, but every person, whether they're a manager or wrestler, they do the same shit all the damn time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Rob Van Dam. What was his shtick?
Robin.
Rob Van Dam. But, he does a thing with his, it's little things like that. So,
Wonder how he does it in bed.
The agent, Rick Serrano the third.
Well, if you heard me like 2 mints ago, Mimi, what the fuck? I was just saying that.
She's sick.
My ears are clogged.
Take some more damn NyQuil. No, she'll fall asleep. All right, that's it for that was nothing else, right?
No, that's
Okay,
it.
that's it. All right, so now it is time for the wrestling news from around the world. Take it away, Ricardo.
And before we do that, let's get into the fan of the week and the hater comment of the week, Tony.
Well, we can do that too. You see how Miguel jumped all on your shit too.
yeah,
was like,
because
nope.
you're confusing me.
All right, yeah. So hater comment and our newest thing, fan of the week. We'll do that. Fan of the week and hater comment of the week. We'll stick it with that.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Can-
Gives people
can I
shut
talk?
up. No, because it gives people a chance to. You know what? They can be both. That could happen. God.
Okay, hater alert, Charles E. Beard.
Yes.
And you are the fan of the week,
That's
Frankie
right.
Eloy.
That's right. Now, before you go into the news, I forgot about this. Now, there was a message from Josh Sanders, who was saying to put MJF in the book.
Wow.
He didn't say specifically why. He just said MJF needs to go in the book. Oh, you know what it was? It was because of MJF put a comment on his Facebook page about Edge. And he's saying something about, like, Edge was old and, it wasn't as great as everybody thinks it was and blah, blah, blah. And then I commented on it and I said, well, according to that pop that he came out to, says otherwise. You should try it sometime. Thank you. Thank you. That fucking sarcastic laugh.
I know.
Motherfucker.
That's how I laugh.
Yeah, right.
Listen to all 208 episodes.
But, Josh Sanders got a hold of, he saw that, and he said, let's just put him in the book. So,
no.
I'll tell you what.
He's got to come up with a good reason, though.
Yeah.
Because MJF is just doing his job. He's a bad guy. He's going to do that.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, Josh. Take me out the book and MJF is in. How about that?
Nope. Negative.
Interesting.
All right, with that being said, it is now time for the wrestling news from around the world. But before we do that, let's get into some birthdays. Yahoo! All right, our first birthday, Ken Shamrock, turns 56 years old.
Damn.
Wow.
Yep.
Looks a lot older than that.
He does. He's in Impact now, right?
Yeah.
He looks terrible.
Yeah, so he has to be on Impact. When you're old and terrible, you can belong on Impact.
Is Hulk Hogan there too?
No.
Damn.
Nope.
Damn.
Nope.
One Man Gang and Akeem, the African Dream, turned 60 years old.
Oh, yeah, the twin brothers.
Yeah.
Twin brothers, yeah. Happy birthday.
Speaking of old and worn out, Tommy Dreamer turns 49 years old.
Jesus Christ.
I do have to say this, though. As a person, I do enjoy Tommy Dreamer. As a wrestler, I can care less about him. But as a person, he's an intelligent person.
Explain yourself.
Because his in-ring ability is atrocious. And over the last decade or so, it's just getting worse, obviously, because of age. But I think his in-ring psychology and the things he talks about when you see him in interviews and everything, and his love for wrestling and the fans, I think he's a great guy. I think he's a cool guy.
Well, and the one thing about Tommy Dreamer, too, is the fact that he never cared to have a belt.
Yeah.
His whole career in ECW, he told Paul Heyman, he goes, I don't ever want to have a belt. Don't give me a belt. I don't want it. You want to put me in storylines and shit like that? That's fine. He goes, but I do not want to have a belt. Don't give it to me. I won't take it. And he takes the L. Hey, all right. Well, some people are like that too.
Sounds like a loser to me.
But it does show that, where his mindset is as far as, how stories should be told. You know what I'm saying? His whole career, the man has not won a belt. Right. It's like, I think he had the hardcore title, didn't he?
Yeah.
In WWE, didn't he have that? So.
Yeah.
But that's kind of forced, And plus, the thing of it is, at the time, just like the 24/7 title, it's a joke, when they did that. So there you go.
All right, and last but not least, Medusa turns 56 years old.
The old bat.
Wow. Wow.
I have an issue with her that I will discuss with y'all after the show. I'm not going to say it right here. No.
Oh, damn.
No. Happy birthday, old bat.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Wow. Who threw your title in the garbage can?
I know.
Bitch.
Pissed in your Cheerios.
I pissed in my own Cheerios. Why would I eat it, though, after that? It's beyond me. So.
All right. With that being said, it's now time for the wrestling news from around the world. Well, Kathy Kelly's leaving WWE.
Yeah, she's going to XFL.
Who is she?
She's the not commentator. She's like one of the backstage announcers.
Oh, then one of the backstage groupies.
Yes.
Damn, bro, what are you doing?
I just said she's going to XFL.
All right, she's going to XFL. I think that's a stupid idea.
Is that that blonde one?
No.
No.
Kathy
Kelly is so forgettable. She's gonna she works for NXT. She's gonna her last show is Takeover Portland. So
Takeover, yeah.
Yeah, so
you'll see her on the show.
Yeah, for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's it. That's all she's gonna get.
Speaking of Goldberg earlier, Goldberg actually increased SmackDown's ratings.
I heard about that.
That's crazy.
What the hell?
And it was a terrible promo.
It was. Oh my god, it was terrible.
Hey, Bray, you're next. Like, what part of Texas did he come from?
Oh, shit.
I reckon Saudi Arabia ain't big enough for the two of us.
You're next. The fuck is that? You can't make Mimi laugh. She ends up coughing.
Speaking of coughing, Jeff Hardy's returning to the Performance Center soon. I don't know what that means for the Hardy Boys or Matt. It's just Jeff is returning to the Performance Center soon.
They're separate contracts, so I mean,
yes.
you know, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. WWE files trademarks on the Texas Rattlesnake and Christian.
Yeah, which is odd.
So the Texas Rattlesnake, that's a weird one. But Christian,
Yeah.
I mean, that means it goes right in what I've been saying. Christian's gonna return.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I mean, Orton takes him out.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But there's got to be a match though.
Yeah, Christian has to have a match. An
I think
elimination chamber or something.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Yeah.
Yep.
I love it how it's yeah. Every time I make a great idea, I mean, I can see it in your eyes. Yeah. Sounds authentic.
We're just agreeing with you.
Okay.
You don't want us to agree with it?
No,
Fuck
yeah, I
it.
do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. My last bit of news is actually great news. Our fan of the year of 2019 and the $50 man, Clay Cummings, is expecting a child.
Jesus Christ, man.
You know what happens is you become the fan of the year on this show, and you just start popping them out. At this rate, I should be the godfather. I'm just saying. Or name the child after me, Clay.
No.
Ricky works for both boys and girls.
No, it does not, because, what Clay's got to remember is that Rick is short for...
Oh, yeah.
That kid's going to get picked on,
You don't want to call him Dick.
Exactly.
Dicky. Or Little Dicky.
Little Dicky, Dicky Jr.
First of all, Little Dicky is an accomplished rapper.
I don't even know who the fuck that is. But if his name was Tony, it works both ways. Even if it's a girl, you put the I. If it's a boy, you put the Y. Simple as that. All I'm saying is, we're known for making babies. Anyways.
Miguel.
We got Matt Novak over there with a trough of children, and then now Clay Cummings is like, hold my beer.
I'm saying.
Clay is getting that work.
Congratulations. Keep it in your damn pants. Feel sorry for your wife. All right.
Congratulations.
On to the
she
rumors.
was probably like, you were listening to POV again, wasn't you?
It was Saturday night. He was like, hey, baby.
That's true. Saturday night.
I'm all ready. You ready for this POV?
You ready for this POV? Penis on vagina. I told you I could come up with shit. It doesn't have to be point of view anymore.
No.
I'll keep going.
No penis over vagina.
Penis over vagina. No. That's what he said. Shoot.
Jesus.
His wife is probably, I gotta listen to that damn show. The fuck you be listening to? To get you all riled up and like that. Oh, by the way, I'm pregnant. All right.
On to the rumors.
Rumors. It's believed that if it happened, a Sting comeback match would be against The Undertaker, possibly at WrestleMania. We were just talking about this, actually.
Did they get him out of the geriatric center? What the hell is
Yes,
this?
they did. They did. The payday has to be atrocious for them to offer, for even Sting to consider that. You know what I'm saying? my thing is that this is something that the fans wanted for a long time, and they didn't get it. Instead, they got Sting versus Triple H. You know what I'm saying? So,
And Sting lost.
yeah, and Sting lost his first match. Now, would this have the hype if it were to happen? Yes or no?
I mean, for nostalgia purposes, of course, it's gonna have the hype.
Well, it's WrestleMania too. Okay, now
it's WrestleMania 36.
Thank you. But it is WrestleMania too. So
As well.
Tony, it's
As well.
WrestleMania 36. I
Okay,
just
thank
told you.
it is WrestleMania 36. So my thing is that it's got to be between Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania that they got to. If this is going to happen, they got to start it at Elimination Chamber. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I would look forward to it. Yeah, why not? Sure. Yeah. Thanks for all agreeing with me, you fuckers. All right. Now I got a text from someone, which I can't tell because if I do, then I lose the trust and I can't get all this information for you guys.
All right, here you go.
But I got a text from someone within the WWE about speculation that maybe the company could sell WrestleMania to Fox to air on its channel instead of the network.
Why?
Exactly. They're trying to. The way I'm looking at it is that they're trying to treat this like the Super Bowl. Because if you think about it, come on, the Super Bowl is
True.
once a year. WrestleMania is once a year. In the Super Bowl, what happens during the commercials? Everybody look. If you're not a football fan, you're always looking forward to the commercials. Why? Because they're either funny or it's a movie premiere or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But not only that, it's like $6 million I heard for a 30-second spot on the Super Bowl. So just imagine for WrestleMania. It's a smart marketing move, but my opinion, pay-per-views, commercial free.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's just my POV. It's commercial free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The thing, and it's kind of, asinine to say, but with football, I'm used to the commercials. You know what I'm saying? There's never been a pay-per-view football game where there's no commercials, where you see nonstop action and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always breaks in between, because they got to change or whatever. But for wrestling, I mean, would it work?
Nope.
No, absolutely
No?
not. No.
Why not?
It's the worst part of wrestling is the commercials. Mm-hmm. It kills the whole vibe.
But it depends, though. If they do it during the match, like they do, on Raw and Smackdown and NXT now, then it's no. That's something do not do it during the match. Absolutely not. Do it after the match or before the match or whatever. But they cannot do it during the match.
True.
I mean, what else can you think of, though? Why would this be a bad idea?
Because after each match, it don't take 5 minutes. Usually the commercials are at least there's 3 or 4 commercials a show, and it takes about 12 minutes.
No, don't. I just said that in the Super Bowl for a 30-second spot, 30-second, okay, it's like $6 million. So you do 3 commercial spots, it's only a minute and a half.
All right, but if you do this,
It's not 12.
if you do this, then it works financially for the WWE, but they also
Of course
cannot
it does.
charge. You cannot charge $6 million because
No.
those commercials will not be shown as often as they would be during the Super Bowl. But if you do it after the match and you still give it time to tell the story of like the background of each match, then I'm fine with that. But
Right.
I don't want a commercial after every single match. It's just
I
too
mean,
much.
I don't either.
It's just too much.
It is too much, and I
Just
agree with
leave
it.
it alone.
But I think it can still work. How I look at it, it's a payday. It's more of a payday for these wrestlers. Okay, that makes it
It's
on the
more
show.
of a payday for Vince.
And Vince
Hey,
too,
there
of
you
course.
go. POV, payday events.
Pay events. There you go. Look at that. We're coming up with all sorts of shit.
People of Virginia.
Like you said,
People of
shit.
Virginia.
Like you said, shit.
People of Virginia. That's right. God. All right. I went all Booker T in there. God. All right. A local advertisement is saying that Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Daniel Bryan, Shinsuke Nakamura, Baron Corbin, and Robert Roode are set for the Elimination Chamber match next month. So I'm guessing this is going to be for the Fiend's title after Saudi Arabia. And I'm assuming that Roman Reigns is going to be the one to win it. If this is actually true, like I said, it's just a rumor. But obviously this is just going to lead to either Roman and Baron Corbin's the last two. Roman's going to be the last two regardless. And it's going to be with either Robert Roode or Baron Corbin. Or even Shinsuke.
It'll be Baron.
You know?
Oh, excuse me. King.
That's right. Damn. Get it right. All right. And my final rumor. There's confirmation that you guys are going to love this. That the Bella Twins and Jushin Thunder Liger will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
That is atrocious, preposterous, obnoxious, churlish. Belongs in a turlet.
Definitely belongs in a turlet.
And it's interesting, but stupid.
But definitely stupid, yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. Why would you put the Bella Twins... if you want to do it down the road, do it down the road. Don't do it right now. There are plenty of women that you can put in. I was told to pull back because I'm getting loud. So this is what I'm going to do. Victoria, Molly Holly,
Bull Nakano. Yeah.
Jack Wyland.
Jack Quellen.
There's plenty of women you can put in. I know Jacqueline's already in. Relax, people.
It's true though. There is so. My thing is, they're rushing it. Number one, you know what I'm saying. Number
I think
two,
they're Mexican and Italian.
They might be,
Yes,
but they're rushing it. Number one. Number two, it's like, I'm sorry. I don't want to say this, but I guess I have to. I don't see the Bellas as good as they thought they were.
No.
I'm serious.
They
had the look. They were twins, so they had twin magic that they did all the time. You know what I'm saying? They had a run.
They helped with the revolution.
They helped, but they didn't carry it. No. They didn't start it. They didn't do none of that shit.
But I don't think that they should be inducted.
The only thing they did was help the geriatric Hall of Famers to the podium.
That's it. Which is true. But do they really deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
No.
No, they don't. They don't. It's ridiculous, man. Anyway. But that's all I got for the rumors. Rick.
All right, on to the injuries.
You got some injuries?
No, I have none. Honestly, none. Yeah.
Alrighty. Now, before we go to this interview, Rick, with the producer, Evan, I just wanted to bring this up before we go into the hot tag news, okay? And I've been thinking about this all week, and then I'm like, you know what? I want to do a poll on this. I know we don't do this on the show. You know, normally it's like the shit that happens during the weekend that we make a poll out of it. But I was thinking about it, and I'll get you guys' opinion first, and then we'll do the poll. We'll put it out maybe Sunday or something. Yeah, I said opinions. I didn't say your point of view. I said opinions. Okay, don't make me get loud and back up from the microphone.
You sound like a person of violence.
I know.
I am a person of violence. That's right. That's right. Yeah. All right. I still like penis over vagina better. Now, Cesaro, he's been with the company for a very long time.
Wait a second. I'm sorry to cut you off, but you just said that you.
What?
You just said that. You just said.
What did I say?
You just said that you still like penis over vagina. Not that there's anything wrong with that, Tony.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I think Tony Dallas is coming out.
Tony Diaz came out. That was him. It wasn't me.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I like penis over vaginas.
I didn't. I should have said it like that, right? I like the penis over the vagina, baby. There's Tony Diaz right there. All right, so now, and only you recognize that, Rick. right, you know what? I'm not gonna even say that shit throughout the rest of the show. I think I'm done. I think I maxed out. All right. Now back to what I was saying. Cesaro's been with the company for a very long time. A lot of people are saying that he should have gotten the push that he deserves. People said it back then. They're saying it now. Now, what I was thinking was a good spot for Cesaro. And now think about it this way, too. Because every time they need Cesaro, he's there. Okay? When they needed somebody to throw a good match for Mansoor at the Saudi Arabia show, they put Cesaro in that. Cesaro's been in a lot of matches that are damn good. Okay, damn good wrestler, strong as hell. A lot of people like the guy. Should he be in the world title picture? That's my first question. Second question. Go ahead. Answer.
At this point, he has to have a whole reset again, and he just had so many of them that you're just like, no, because they're gonna just drop the ball. So at this point, it's just like, you know what, make him a snake. Don't give him a title.
Yeah, but see, my thing is that I seriously think that WWE needs a television title. I really do. I think a TV title would fit perfect for Cesaro. Now, I'll explain this much.
Like the people's elbow, like the people's
what?
title.
Did you just take another shot of NyQuil?
No.
That made no sense at all. No. A TV title to where he's got to defend it on both Raw and SmackDown.
Yes.
Okay? Maybe NXT. You know what I'm saying? And that makes him work on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Unless they put him in a storyline, then, they can keep the title stationary to whatever show that, he has the feud with. So my thing is my question.
Why not the Intercontinental belt?
Well, that's because Braun has it. And I think a TV title is suitable for somebody like Cesaro. Because I don't even see Cesaro with the IC belt. For me, I don't think it would be appropriate for him. Because of what I just said. They're constantly using him, you know what I'm saying, for, different spots, They did this atrocious thing with him and Sheamus for the longest time. Remember, we were all getting pissed off about it.
Yeah.
And look how good their matches were, though. We were hating the fact that it was over and over and over and over again.
Right.
But
we enjoyed every match.
So it's something, and it's Cesaro. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sorry to say, I can't critique. It's hard to critique somebody like Mansoor when I only seen him a couple times wrestle. But I can damn sure critique Cesaro because I've seen him a lot. Okay? For him to have this match with Mansoor at the Saudi Arabia show, it was a good match. And that's not the first time for Cesaro. That was all Cesaro's match right there. You know what I'm saying? To put this guy over in his own country. They should put him and Bayley. Maybe Bayley will get a fucking win at her own state. Jesus Christ. So like I said, my question is, and I want to do this as a poll too, should the WWE create a TV title and just give it to fucking Cesaro? Because he does everything these guys are asking him to. And for me, it's like a TV title, I think, would not only boost his career, but don't let him lose it for the longest time. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be perfect for him. What do you guys think?
I think actually it sounds like a great idea to have him on Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, and NXT defending the title. And you know what, Tony? I'm going to upgrade this a little bit and say he doesn't need any storylines. Just have him go on TV and have great matches every night, Yeah. It doesn't always have to be like a big story. It could just be, all right, him versus Chad Gable on SmackDown, him versus Mojo on Raw, him versus Finn Balor on NXT or stuff like that. And every week it's a different opponent. There doesn't need to be a story behind it. Back in the day, they had title matches against guys on TV on the regular, and it was just to have that match, just to get your champion on TV. So I think it makes sense. I really like it. I think it would be a good thing.
I like it too, and they need to get rid of that 24/7.
Yeah. Well, that's like the comedy act for WWE.
It's a corny act for WWE.
It is. It is. So we'll do that as a poll. Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that'll be, yeah.
Yeah, my POV says yes.
Alrighty then. Your point of view. Your penis over vagina. You son of a bitch. Can't believe you did that.
You still like
You did it to yourself.
I did not do it to myself.
Yeah, you did. You were like,
no, I did
like
not.
Penis over vagina.
Jack.
Much
All right,
better.
let's jump into the hot tag news.
All right, the hot tag news of the week. It is The Rock's daughter, Simone Johnson. She signs with the WWE. A lot of people were talking about this, and we put out the post out on our Facebook page at Wrestling POV Podcast. Now, a lot of people were hating it. A lot of people were liking it. A lot of people were making fun of it. Now, she can be, if she turns out well, which I'm pretty sure she will, because she's been dying to join WWE. But she'll be the first fourth generation wrestler to.
That's amazing.
And it is. I've heard people come out and say, "What is she going to come out as? Pebbles?" Or, the other shit. There were a lot of people making really fun of her. Daniel Fryer, he hasn't been on in a while. He said, just so people can talk shit like they do Charlotte. That makes a lot of sense. Franklin Tames, he responded back to him and said, Charlotte is shoved down our throats as if she's just the most dominant female ever. It's ridiculous. That's why we talk shit.
That's so
I don't agree with that.
No.
Charlotte is very, very talented. Let me tell you this.
because remember, she was on NXT for a very long time.
She was.
And she created a name for herself.
Yeah.
Even though I can't stand her. Yeah. But she created a name for herself.
So now, Rick, that was a comment.
She did create a name for herself. She just does the chop her dad does. She does the walk her dad does.
Well,
she
that's now. That's
she
now.
woos
she
like
goes,
her dad does.
That's now. When she was in NXT,
She's not copying.
she wasn't that.
Oh, yeah.
No. Absolutely not.
Oh, you're right.
She was, yeah, okay.
She was just Charlotte.
She was just Charlotte. Now, Rick, I'm going to throw the reins over to you because there was an incident that happened on our page from Anthony Anderson. That's all the name is on there. Now, he made a comment, and you kind of deleted his comment because of what he said. Well, you want to elaborate on what happened? Well,
listen. Again, we are all about your point of view, not your penis over vaginas, but your point of view. And listen, man, once you start getting disrespectful, and we're gonna talk to you. We're gonna make a comment saying, listen, we're not that kind of page. We're not gonna allow those kind of things. Right. So please, for the future, don't do that. Yeah. And then when your dumbass doubles down and makes the same comment but just in a different way, you're out, bud. I don't need you. Like, we don't need that negativity. And it was a derogatory comment. Right. And it was talking about her physical appearance, and I'm just not for that.
No.
Listen, you can say she's not attractive, even though it's a negative comment. That's your opinion. You don't find her attractive, whatever. But once you start getting insensitive and start attacking a person, and then I'm not about it. And once you double down on it, like we gave you your warning and you double down on it, that's not okay. Listen, it is what it is. I talk about people. We all talk about people. But this comment was not appropriate, and I gave him a warning, and he decided to double down on it. So, Anthony Anderson, your ass is blocked.
Yeah. So, now, my thing is, the only critique, if I had to critique, and I'm not bashing the woman and I'm not making fun of her, is the fact that she needs to go back to her hair color. Blonde is not working for her. She needs to go back to a brunette. Blonde is not working for her.
Yeah, we all can't be blondes like me.
Your blonde highlights.
So, one thing I do have to say about her is that it's an amazing feat to be a fourth generation wrestler. I mean, this doesn't happen every day. Ladies and gentlemen, she's signed to the Performance Center, meaning she's going to be training. Doesn't mean she's going to be on TV next week. And you know what? Charlotte did get there because of her dad. And you know what else she did? She busted her ass to prove people wrong. And as much as I shit on her about it, Charlotte is one of the best athletes in the business. Not men, not women, out of everyone. She's one of the best athletes they have. So give Simone a chance, because you know what? She did get there because of her dad. But you know what? She can prove everybody wrong by busting her ass every single day.
Yeah.
Look at Randy Orton. He's a third generation wrestler. You don't give him shit. Don't give it to Simone.
Yeah.
Come on, people.
It's true. Now, there's
the Usos.
Yeah. Well, the Usos are second
generation, but even still.
But still, they don't give the men, and it comes down to a sexist kind of thing when you look at it. You don't. Yeah. They didn't give the Usos anything, and the Usos were overweight. They didn't look good. They just performed really well, and then they started busting their ass, and they took over.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Now they look like hot Dominicans.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like Dominicanos with the Platinos. Now, there's a couple comments on here I'm not going to read because of what Rick just said. I'm not going to entertain it. I just think it's in terrible taste. It's something that, I mean, we all goof around, and everybody knows, on our show, Pepe's over the JJ's, we make fun of everybody. Okay, but we make
fun of ourselves.
We make fun of ourselves, But at the end of the day, it's still wrestling. It's still people that has feelings too, And we're not the type of show that we want to get the dirt just to get the dirt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to entertain some of these fucking comments. And
she's 18 years old.
And she's 18, people. She's 18.
Really? I thought she was older.
No, 18. She's been dying to get in. Matt Blaze, he said, daughter? Like a question mark asking. And then, Rick, you responded to him. You said he has 3 daughters. This is his oldest. He responded, I knew he had 2. Didn't know he had one old enough to be in his in the business. Now, what else we got? Oh, somebody asked, is this real? They said to call her the Rocket. No. Scott Emlock, he said the Rock cooked up a very good dish. Now that's funny. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, a little creepy, but something is seriously not really wrong with that. My thing is, like I said, a 4th generation wrestler, and the reason why this is a hot tag is just because she's the first 4th generation wrestler. Now, you guys were talking about how like men, they were being treated differently than the next generation of women. What about Tamina Snuka? You guys forgot about her. What about Natalia? You guys forgot about her. They don't really do that with them. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, at first with Tamina, when she came out, she was copying her dad. Mm-hmm. Natalia still copies her dad. Well, she copies more of Bret Hart than her dad. With the music and everything. But I mean, yeah, I know her dad was part of the Hart family. I know. So, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, is it because of the success is what I'm trying to get at, is why they start, getting with them. But the thing of it is, she hasn't even stepped in the fucking ring yet.
Yeah, no, I think because I know with Natalie, she got pushed back a lot in the beginning.
She was Divas champion.
Okay, but that was a long time ago. I'm just saying.
She was still champion.
When she first started out, she took a lot of heat. It took her forever just to get into WWE. Okay, she worked her ass to get in there.
And so did Charlotte.
Well, I never said she didn't.
I'm just saying, though. I mean, you guys are,
you say
notice,
you guys.
You did. I'm trying to play devil's advocate without saying devil's advocate. You guys hate it when I say that. So I was just trying to play devil's advocate. I mean, you guys were talking about everybody else, but, there's Tamina, there's Natalia, there's a bunch of them.
Oh, I know.
So my thing is that for her to be the 4th generation wrestler, okay, is she going to get the big push just because she's The Rock's daughter?
She might. If she's good enough, I think
she's got to be good enough, absolutely. But I think her genetics, okay, I think she's going to work out quite fine. Okay, between The Rock, her grandfather, her great-grandfather.
And if she has,
I think she's going to do good.
promos, then fuck it, go.
And I think her promos are going to be good, too.
Fuck it. Grab him by the reins.
I really do. What else does she need, though? I mean, is she really going to... my thing is, I don't really see her riding her dad's coattails. Okay, like Rick mentioned before, Charlotte comes out with the robe. Charlotte still does the woo. Charlotte comes out, is she gonna do that? I don't think so.
It failed for The Rock. It failed for The Rock. Remember, he came out as Rocky Maivia, did the whole family thing, and it failed. Mm-hmm. They were chanting, "Die, Rocky, die."
Yeah.
So it's like she got to do her own thing. The Rock eventually grew into his own thing and said, "Yo, I'm The Rock, all right?"
Yeah. Well, that's because he joined the Nation of Domination.
Yeah, and he had a lot of influence around him, and they told him, "Listen, man, be yourself." So I think at the end of the day, she puts herself around good people, and she can definitely prevail as a great competitor in years to come. Because remember, she's just starting out.
She's 18.
She's going to training. Yeah,
she's
plenty
18.
of time.
Now let me ask you a question, right? Because you're dabbing your foot into this business. I'm retired though from it, so I can still answer it. I think I can still answer this question. But now here you are, Rick, doing all these indie shows. In case you guys don't know, Rick's a manager in the indie league.
Yes.
Okay.
In the Indians?
In the indie league. Okay. He goes by the agent, Rick's around the third. So creative at his name.
So I don't forget.
Yeah, so that way he has his podcast where we get thousands of listeners so he can push his own agenda, fucker. But now here he is. He's out there trying to get his name out. Now, he's only a manager, but managers, they do still get They get their bumps in. You got to, if you're especially a heel manager, you got to have your bumps in. Your bump card, though, I mean, it lasts forever with managers more than it would actual wrestler. So now, but here you are trying to get into the business, trying to get your name out there, doing all these shows, managing all these people, which, you're doing pretty good. And hey, I took my hat off to you. You even managed me. You can always put that in your resume. But now here you are trying to do that. But then here's Simone. She's already at the Performance Center. Never stepped foot in the fucking ring.
Yep.
How's that make you feel?
A younger version of me would be all over this, saying how life is unfair. And
how much younger?
We'll say early 20s.
Okay.
I would probably be all over this and hating on it and just like, it's unfair. Why does she get to do this and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, you got to live your life for you. You can't live your life through other people. You can't worry about what other people are doing, because when you do that, you just mess yourself up.
Right.
And you end up screwing yourself over, because now you start talking trash. Well, you know what? Simone sucks. She shouldn't be able to be there, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden you turn around and then you got somebody who's related to her, or someone who knows her, or someone who just doesn't want to hear negative things about other wrestlers. And now, and the wrestling business is very sensitive, as I've learned.
It's true.
Very sensitive to things. You can't say certain things about certain people, otherwise you get blackballed. So at the end of the day, and especially in the wrestling business, you gotta look out for yourself and work for yourself and promote yourself and do yourself. Don't worry about anybody else, because as soon as you start worrying about other people, you're gonna start drowning yourself. And it's just, come on, man. Why are you gonna worry about other people when you can focus on working your craft so much better?
It's true.
Don't fill up your head with other people.
True.
That's why I said early 20s. Because early 20s, I would hate this. Early 20s, my whole life would be consumed with, how do I get Simone Johnson out of this business?
I know, right?
But now,
it is a cutthroat business too.
Yeah. So
because you want that top guy to get hurt, because
that
slides you right in.
Yeah.
Slides you right in. So, her, as far as her names go, she can go by Pebbles or Vladimir. Nothing? Really?
You tried the POV thing?
Yes.
No.
Really, people?
Penis over vagina.
Pebbles over Vladimir?
No.
Not even that one? No? Really?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
All right, final thoughts on this, Mimi. What do you think? I mean, you as a person, like if you're at work, here you are busting your ass, and then let's just say the director of the hospital or whatever says, you know what? My son is going to come in and do the same work you did, never fucking put a day's work in, but is going to get paid the same thing as you. How would you feel?
I'll be pissed.
All right.
But at the same time, I'm be like, all right, whatever. Show, I'm not gonna help you. You better fucking learn how to do your thing, and that's gonna be her mountain to climb.
Yeah.
A lot of people are not gonna like the fact that she's there, and they're gonna hone in on her.
Yeah. I honestly, I do feel there's gonna be some receipts. And she ain't even going to be the one to do anything wrong to anybody. In case y'all don't know what a receipt is, it's when, like, if I'm in the ring and the guy hits me hard, like he potatoes me, like he really hits me, and I'm going to get pissed, number one. Number two, I'm going to give it right back to you, just to let you know, bruh, take it back a notch. Yep. But, no, for me, I think I have to agree with Rick, which is weird, because I think the older me would have been like, this fucking bitch, man. I'm fucking busting my ass, especially as a wrestler. I'm out here busting my hump, trying to get my name out there. And now, back then, we didn't have the internet, okay? We didn't have nothing like that. I was just talking to Rick about it earlier before the show. We didn't have that. All we had was the power of the videotape. And that videotape stayed in your house. And you had to go and find somebody that was good at splicing and making a video of all your matches so you can send that to WWE and hopefully they'll see it, And then here she comes because she's The Rock's daughter and she already got invited to the fucking performance center? Yeah, the old me would be pissed. But then the me now, I think if I was in her position, I'd do it too. Okay? And that's with everybody else out there. So before you hate on her, you have to think for yourself that if granted they were given that opportunity, would you take it? Yeah, you would. Don't give me no bullshit because you would. Okay? Starting salary is probably not that great, but at the same time, when I was hearing how bad she wanted this, her words came out of her mouth, and I can verify that, and I'll look it up for you guys if you want, is that she said she does not want any special treatment, that she wants to earn this herself. I respect that. Anybody else, you know what? Maybe they would use their daddy's name or their mama's name to get in. You know what I'm saying? But the thing of it is, everybody would do it too. So before anybody out there fucking starts criticizing her or starts saying anything about her, don't do it. No. This girl she wanted to get in at 16 years old. And The Rock said no. He said, absolutely not. You're going to finish school. You're going to do da-da-da-da-da. She hits 18. Where the fuck she at? So I give her credit. I hope she does well. I never, because at the end of the day, everybody wants to make that extra dollar. You want to make that money. So I'm not gonna, hey, you can be.
And we want to talk shit about you on the show.
Yeah,
not just yet.
So stay in it.
Yeah.
You might be my enemy, but goddamn, I still want you to eat.
Right.
All right. So with that being said, I think that's it. So if anybody else has anything else that you want us to talk about, or even for the hot tag news, we do got a Facebook page, people. We do.
Pushing 5,000.
Yeah, we're getting close to 5,000. Number one, I need all you motherfuckers to start posting comments on our page saying why you like us. I'm curious to know.
Share it to your
Share our page.
Why don't you write it down?
What are you talking about, Willis?
Why don't you write a post?
No, I don't want to write a post. I'm just saying that, with the recommendation part of it or whatever, put something on there. Goddamn. You know what? Before we go to this interview, and this just popped into my head. What's his name from England?
Matt Novak?
No, the other one. Other one.
His first name starts with a T.
His
last name starts with an H.
No. Isn't it another Josh?
No.
Wasn't he the other Josh?
His last name started with a Hargroves?
Huh?
Harthorne?
No. We always mess with him on the show.
Not Havik.
Oh my God, he's going to have another heart attack.
I know, right? Jesus in crisis. Hold on. You know what? I can find it real quick because
Guy's name was
Jay Havel.
Jay Havel.
Jesus, I feel so bad now. Where the fuck has he been?
I don't know.
Where has he been?
I don't know. Message him and find out.
I don't have his credentials.
Mike Novak, can you go look out the window there and
see what the hell's going on with him?
Say, Jay Havel.
He was very active on the page before, and he hasn't played the game. He's
probably
missing
making
out.
babies.
Oh my God, are you fucking serious? Imagine that. If he's making babies. We gotta you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna say nothing. All right, with that being said, Rick, I'm gonna hand the reins over to you because you got the interview of a lifetime.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and I told you earlier in the show, we have a very special guest with us. We have a producer from the movie The Wrestler. We have a producer from the film 350 Days. We have producer Evan Ginzburg with us, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show, Evan.
Thanks so much. Glad to be on. Appreciate it.
Evan, man, like I mentioned, The Wrestler, huge film. Oscar nominated, won Golden Globes, BAFTA awards, many awards that they've won. But for me, the one that stands out the most was 350 Days. Now, for our listeners out there that don't know what 350 Days is, can you please explain to us what 350 Days film is all about?
Sure. 350 Days is about the old school 70s and 80s wrestlers, many of whom were on the road approximately 350 days a year. A Ric Flair was on the road 350 days a year. A Bret Hart was on the road 350 days a year. And we got 36 or so of the greatest legends in history in this film talking about what that kind of lifestyle, sex, drugs, rock and roll, being away from your family, the toll that takes on your mind, your body, your psyche, your family, your marriage, your relationship with your kids. You remember back in the day, Survivor Series was on Thanksgiving night and Starcade was on Christmas night.
Yep.
Tell your family I'm not going to be home for Christmas. I'm not going to be home for Thanksgiving. I'm not going to be there for the birth of my child. I'm not going to be there for the graduation of my child.
Yeah.
I'm on the road. And that's what that movie's about. And we spent 6 years on it, and Bret Hart, superstar Billy Graham, Greg Valentine, Tito Santana, Paul Orndorff, and 36 or so legends. I won't bore you by rolling off a long list, but
it's amazing, and I'm glad you mentioned Tito Santana. We recently had Tito on our show, and man, the guy is a legend. Like for me, as being a Latino, it was huge just to talk to one of the guys that I was able to recognize from myself on TV.
I'll tell you about Tito. Back in the day, Hogan only came into the Garden 3, 4, 5 times a year. So Tito, as Intercontinental Champion or Challenger, he'd come in and headline the Garden against Greg Valentine.
Yeah.
I mean, back then the IC belt meant a lot, and Tito was a big enough name to headline Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, absolutely. And one cool thing about us that we had him cut his first and only heel promo ever. So I had to, and it was the sweetest heel promo ever. It was like it's so hard to get something mean out of Tito. You and me, we met a couple of times at a couple of indie shows. I'm a manager. I'm the agent, Rick Serrano III. What can you tell me? Because the way I base my character off of is just the old school manager who's there to get his client over and will do anything to get his client to win the match. What can you tell me? Because I know you're a huge fan. What do you take about managers from today versus the past? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, unfortunately, Vince got away from managers and more into the female valets. I grew up on Grand Wizard and Captain Lou Albano and Freddie Blassie, and later on, of course, Jimmy Hart and Bobby Heenan, and these guys were great talkers, and eventually Jim Cornette and Paul Heyman, of course, and I think a lot of the wrestlers, especially on the indie circuit, they're not great talkers. So you put a great wrestler or a great character in with somebody who could cut a promo for them. The perfect example is Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Here's a guy who's a monster, but he's not a great talker, and Heyman's as good a talker as anyone ever. So it works. It's a total package, you know. So a lot of times Blassie was with foreign heels, and maybe their English wasn't 100% or whatnot, and you know, etc. so on. And every once in a while, you would have the Grand Wizard with a superstar Billy Graham, where they're both great talkers, which you know is almost twice as good.
Yeah. And I love that you brought up indie wrestling because you are an advocate for indie wrestling. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, please check out Evan's Facebook page. I mean, the guy, you first of all, we're all about POVs, your point of views on this show. And I think your point of view is as eloquent and as polite as anybody, but you're sharp. You're sharp with everything that you say. You make sure you get your point across, but you're never offensive. And I think that's a problem with society nowadays. But with you, indie wrestling, what's your love for indie wrestling like?
Well, first of all, it's the biggest bargain out there. I mean, for $10, $15, $20, you know, you could take a kid to indie wrestling and you're sitting ringside and you meet the wrestlers and you get autographs and you take pictures with them. You know, at a WWE show, that would be a $600 VIP deal. I mean, it's ridiculous. So, you know, for $15, $20, you're there, you're on top of the action, the wrestlers are all accessible, and I just love indie wrestling, and what happens inevitably is some of the guys will make it to the top, and some of the guys who were at the top will end up in that local Elks Lodge or Bingo Hall or whatnot, and you know, you could get to meet some of your heroes that way. And I was at an indie show at the Elks Lodge years ago, and Bray Wyatt was getting a send-off right before he went to WWE.
Wow.
So, you never know who you're going to see on these shows, and yeah, the quality varies, but the quality varies on any show. You could go to a WWE show, it's a mixed bag. You could go to an AEW show, Ring of Honor, whatever. You know, it's always a mixed bag, so why not go and support the little guy and, you know, meet some of these people on the way up or on the way down, and I just think it's a lot of fun, and, you know, I can't say enough. I would say indie wrestling and minor league baseball are just like great entertainment bargains.
Wow, yeah, and it's true. I mean, for the price, you can't beat it. Who stands out to you the most right now in indie wrestling, if you can pick one or two?
It's hard to say. There's a kid, Jordan Oliver, who's he's a skinny kid, but man, this kid could go. You know, he reminds me very much of Jack Evans.
Yeah.
You know, who was in Ring of Honor and you know, AAA. That kid, I just think this kid's gonna make it.
Yeah, and he's currently with MLW, right?
You would know better than me. I haven't seen much of them,
but he's currently with MLW. There's a couple of guys that I've seen from New York that are actually working with MLW. MLW is a good site to check out. There's a lot of indie talent that are going over there, and it's definitely one of the wrestling sites that you would definitely want to check out. I think you would definitely enjoy it. Now, I got to tell you about Vince McMahon, man, because if there's anybody that dislikes Vince McMahon as much as you do, I would love to meet him, because where does it come from? Where does it stem from? Is it the 350 days or what?
Well, I'll tell you exactly. I have known main event WWF and WWF wrestlers who headlined arenas and never broke $100,000 and retired, and ended up pushing a broom or being a bouncer and had no health benefits, no pensions, no 401ks, just like John Oliver on HBO was saying, and I was saying it for years before him, but I give him much respect with his huge forum for pointing it out. You have a billionaire, in a $1 billion corporation, and take care of these guys. I mean, your front office staff, the secretaries and receptionists, they're going to get these benefits. So why not, some guys who are literally destroying their body for you?
Yeah, I definitely understand it. Now, there are, like, rumors and stuff out there about Vince McMahon taking care of guys with, that have, addiction issues, with drugs and getting them into rehab.
Yeah. I mean, some of that stemmed from public pressure because so many of them, I mean, look, if you're on the road, now it's more like 250 days.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you're on the road 350 days, 300 days, 250 days, and, wrestlers hate the word fake because gravity is not fake. Okay, your hip replacement wasn't fake. Your knee replacement wasn't fake. Your 3 divorces weren't fake, and your kid not talking to you isn't fake. Okay, so they hate the word fake. Now, yeah, so you're scared you're going to lose your spot, but you're hurt. You're in pain. I've had wrestler friends say to me, Evan, I'm always in pain. Always in pain. Your body's not meant to do what wrestlers do. Okay. They call it a bump card. There's only so many bumps on your bump card.
Yeah.
All right? Until the body gives out. Something's going to give out eventually. Then you'll see a guy like Rey Mysterio who's in his 40s. He slows it down, because he's been hurt so many times. The high spots eventually you're going to do one wrong move and get badly hurt, and that's the nature of the business.
Yeah.
But the point that's really not discussed much is, what if you're hurt? What if you're in pain? But, this is how you pay your bills.
Yeah.
You're scared to lose your spot. You're scared to lose your push. And a lot of these guys end up with addictions.
Yeah. Now,
it's not a secret.
No, definitely not. It's definitely out there. Now, say Vince McMahon hits his head and says 401ks for everybody, and everybody's going to be taken care of for the rest of their lives. Does your opinion change, or you still feel like he's kind of douchey every now and then?
Look, people do change. I don't think the average 74-year-old will, but, people do change and mellow, and, I just think a lot of these guys have not ended well, and the fanboy apologists who do the WWE is my religion and
Yeah.
this is my hero, when they do they wasted it all on wine, women, and song. That's nonsense, absolute nonsense. These guys did not make the money you thought that they made back in the day, But
Yeah.
most of these guys were blue-collar heroes. And again, I know guys who headlined arenas around the world, never made $100,000.
Wow.
And you have to understand that they're sending money home to their families. They're paying their road expenses. They're eating out 3 meals a day, whatever the case may be. Okay? They're getting from point A to point B. Okay? Decent money didn't even hit until the mid-'80s. And again, you're on the road trying to support yourself and your family. And to end up with no pension, no benefits, I just think it's disgraceful.
No, it definitely is. Let me ask you, if I put Evan Ginzburg in the ring with Vince McMahon, what are you hitting him with?
I would hit him with, how does a guy like Kamala, who headlined arenas for you literally around the world, end up the way he ended up?
Yeah, it's true.
That's what I would hit him with.
And that's reality right there. And that's probably the hardest hit you can give him. Kamala, a good friend of our show, we know the writer of his book. Make sure you guys check out his book, Kamala, with Kenny Casanova. Excellent book.
I know Kenny.
Yeah, we have had Kenny. Kenny's a good friend of our show. We've had him on numerous times, promoting all of his books, Tito Santana, Sabu, Vader. So make sure you guys check that out. Last question for you, Evan. I know you love, and I use love in quotations, you love Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
What is WWE doing wrong with Baron Corbin in your eyes?
I just think they have this mentality, we're the boss, you're going to take whatever we shove down your throat, whether you like it or not. And Vince always had this big man fetish, and this is a big guy, but I just don't see him as, every time you turn on the TV, this guy's in the main event.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. You have one of the greatest talent rosters in the history of the business, and some of these guys are barely getting seen. I mean, what are they doing with EC3? I don't get it. I don't.
Did you hear today? They actually released his copyright on his name, so EC3 may not be there too much longer.
Okay.
Yeah. So
but I mean, this guy was a champion and a star with charisma.
Yep.
I'm not saying he's the greatest guy to ever step in the ring, but he deserved better. You know, why is it Corbin 100% and this guy's 0?
No, it's
I
true.
don't get it. It's almost like a kid with his toys, and the kid loves this toy, and the kid is no longer interested in the other toy.
Absolutely.
That's the way I see Vince, you know?
Yeah, I definitely see it that way. But for me, I love Baron Corbin's athleticism. I just, too, don't see what everybody else is seeing in his character. I don't, he's not good on the mic. Looks boring, but it's just, his look doesn't do it for me. So I'm with you. I don't see what
he looks like every single guy who headlines an Indy card at the L slot. That's what he looks like. Right? Every guy ever. And again, there's better, there's worse, but I don't understand, you know, this guy gets it all and other guys, you know, nothing.
Yeah.
That's really my point of contention.
No.
There's worse wrestlers in the world than Baron Corbin, you know, I'm just saying. I don't get the hype.
Yeah, all right. Well, listen, man, that's your POV, and that's what we're all about. Your point of view. Evan Ginzburg, man, let the people know where they can find you, what projects you're working on. Just let them know right now.
Sure. Well, first of all, check out 350 Days starring Bret Hart, Superstar Billy Graham, 3 Dozen Legends, 350daysthemovie.com. That's 350daysthemovie.com. I will be at WrestleCon with some of the 350 Days producers and J.J. Dillon and Tommy Rich. So come by and say hello. Check out my Facebook page, Evan Ginzburg's Old School Wrestling Memories. And that's really it. We have an old film also on Amazon. It's called Wrestling Then and Now. You can watch it for free. You can watch 350 Days for free on Amazon Prime. Wrestling Then and Now stars Killer Kowalski, Nikolai Volkov, Homicide, a bunch of East Coast indie guys. You'll enjoy that also, and that's pretty much the story, you know.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, Evan. Appreciate your point of view.
Anytime. This is therapeutic for me. Anytime you need me.
Definitely. Definitely, you're a wise man, and we definitely will have you back on the show, maybe closer to WrestleMania, and get your take on that, and then what they're messing up now.
Hey, I like Drew McIntyre. I'm glad they finally got the sense to push him.
There you go.
He's a total package.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're already dropping the ball with him with the 3, 2, 1, his countdown for the Claymore and sexy. What do you call himself? Psychopath? Like, come on, man. Don't let him be the guy he was before he won the Rumble. Don't start changing him into this countdown.
He's a total package. He's a big guy. He can wrestle. He's got charisma. He's got the size where you could say, yeah, maybe he could beat Brock Lesnar. Whereas when Lesnar fights Ricochet, you go, there's no way Ricochet's beating Brock Lesnar. So he's got the credibility. He's got it all. So really, it's up to WWE to mess him up like they've done so many others.
Exactly.
He's there. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was Evan Ginzburg. We will see you right after this pause for the cause.
Hi, I'm WWE superstar Charlotte Flair, also known as the Queen, and listen to Wrestling POV podcast and always do it with Flair. Woo!
Wow, and we are back.
That was pretty interesting, man.
Right?
Let me tell you. Thick New York accent.
Thick.
Oh, my God. Oh, jeez. Now, you know what, though? I will say this. I agreed with a lot of the things he said, but I kind of disagree with some of the things he said, but hey, what are we?
Penis over
vaginas.
PPs over vajayjays.
No, like I said, like we were saying during the interview, me and Evan, it's just like, he is very old school. He has this old school mentality, and and he's around the business a lot. So he wants protection for these wrestlers. So that's where a lot of that animosity for Vince McMahon comes from.
But see, and I get that, and this is why I kind of disagree with him, is because I mean, granted, yeah, you know what, you're a gypsy. Back in the day, you know, you were kind of like a gypsy when it came to professional wrestling because, you know, you were out there, you were trying to get your name out there, you wanted that next paycheck and blah, blah, blah. But is it really the responsibility of Vince to still supply you with medical insurance when you left the company? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's how I looked at it. You know, because when you're at your job and you leave your job, you know what I'm saying? You
got 30 days.
You got 30 days. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, you know, and I'm not defending, you know, because everybody, to each his own. But I do say, you know, I have to say, in some instances, not a lot, in some instances, Vince has flipped the bill for some of these guys' surgery because of a wrestling injury or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But then again, and I'll bring this up, Kamala. You know, he was diagnosed with diabetes. He had to have both his legs amputated. Kenny Casanova had a lot to do with helping him by doing what? Writing a book. Mm-hmm. He set up a GoFundMe account where Chris Jericho donated, I think, like $5,000 towards his medical bills. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Vince did or not. I'm going to have to ask Kenny, but, you know, if Kenny says no, then you know what? Then, you know, maybe at something like that, Vince probably should have stepped in and be like, hey, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about the bill. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, you know, I agree with him, but then I kind of don't. So
and one thing I think we can all agree on is the work that Evan Ginzburg has done on The Wrestler and on 350 Days. Mm-hmm. The guy is immensely talented.
I watched 350 Days.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it brought me back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because everything those guys said was 100% true. And I'm sorry to say. But the one person I liked in 350 Days was Randy Savage's brother, Lanny Poffo. He was 100% dead on towards the end of the movie on what he said about wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? Do not, and verbatim, I'm not going to say exactly what he said, but he was pretty much saying, do not blame wrestling on your affairs, on you not saving money, and taking care of yourself. You cannot blame wrestling on that. Mm-mm. And he is 100% right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you look at JBL, despite what a lot of people say about him, but he's one of the smartest man in wrestling. Why? Man's man, yes, the penis. So Tony Diaz was back, quick second. But he was able to invest his money, save his money. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go out. You know, he stayed in his hotel room, even though he had that persona. I think he went out a few times, but he wasn't careless. You know what I'm saying? You look at AJ Styles. He's getting paid millions of dollars, and the man refused to go out. When he's done with his wrestling show, he goes right up to his hotel room, sets up his little gaming system, goes on Twitch, and plays games for a few hours. Goes to bed, wakes up, works out, goes to the next show. So, I mean, I agree 100% what Lanny Poffo said in that movie.
All right. Well, again, thanks to Evan Ginzburg for appearing on the show. And make sure you guys check out The Wrestler and 350 Days.
Yeah.
Available on all streaming services.
Yep.
All right. With that being said, make sure you guys go to collarandelbowbrand.com as Wrestling POV and Wrestling POV Global is affiliated with the Collar and Elbow brand. Go to collarandelbowbrand.com. Use promo code WPOV to save yourself 10% on all merchandise. Also, Wrestling POV and Wrestling POV Global is affiliated with ProWrestlingTees.com.
Yeah.
When you go to ProWrestlingTees.com/WrestlingPOV, you will see 4 of the sexiest shirts in the world of professional wrestling. We have a new logo that you can find on a white shirt. We have a gray shirt with all of our catchphrases in our logo.
That we said earlier on the show.
Exactly. We also have a white shirt with the red, white, and blue logo for our Americans and our Puerto Ricos.
And the Cubans.
And the Dominicans.
Dominicans, that's right.
Dominicans don't. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Right.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Can I get an amen?
Amen. And you're gonna also next week we're gonna have a red shirt with our logo on it, talking about your opinion matters. Because we're done with this POV nonsense. We're
penis over vaginas.
yes.
PP over the JJ. Get it right.
All right. With that being said, make sure you guys go to ProWrestlingTees.com/WrestlingPOV and pick up your shirt today for $19.99.
Guys, it's not that much either. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is that we give you this content for free every week. The guys that over at Wrestling POV Global, they do it for free every week. We give you guys a lot of content. Do we talk a lot on this show? Not really. I don't think so.
Every week.
But my thing is like it basically, I mean, Pro Wrestling Tees gets the majority of the money, but the rest comes to us as like a tip jar. And it goes into the production of our show that we can do to put out the best product that we can.
You see, we got a title now, right? That's where that money comes from.
Exactly.
All right, yes.
What title is he talking about?
It's time for This Week in Wrestling.
That's right. This Week in Wrestling. All right, Raw notes. I dug Raw. The highest point for me was the Becky versus an Asuka match.
Yes.
Man, let me tell you, that kept me on my feet. And then, of course, the main thing that happened was Shayna Baszler attacks Becky, bites her in the neck, blood everywhere. I thought it was like perfect. You know why? Because, I said I was going to talk about it here, and this is my reasoning. It's because you don't see that. This was different. I was just like, did she really just bite her on her damn neck? Now, my thing is, like I said, it got people talking. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Whether good or bad, it doesn't matter. Anyways, I gave that a 4. I thought it was really, really good. There was a couple threes I had in there. Main event, I gave it a 3.5. My lowest point of Raw, it was the MVP lounge with Drew McIntyre. I'm sorry to say, I like Drew, but I think they need to tilt it back a little bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'll tell you, this is a response to you because I know, Rick, you were sick and tired of him going the 1, 2, 3.
3, 2, 1.
I thought he goes 1, 2, 3.
No, 3, 2, 1.
All right, so he goes 3, 2, 1, and then he does the kick. Now, he came up with this, and he said he's been doing it in house shows, and he said it started catching on. So of course he's going to ride that wave. I personally think let him keep his own promos, do his own promos, because I like his promos when he's just himself. But I still think he needs to kick it back just a little bit. Show that you're still a badass. Right. Anyway, I gave that a 1.5. So that was the lowest point for me on Raw. Raw overall was a 2.35. NXT. Now, NXT was good. Kept me off my feet. I wanted a little bit of like when Rick says he wants the sandwich. I wanted the sandwich. I wanted mayo in the middle. Instead, they gave me salsa with Angel Garza beating Leo Rush. There was a bunch of threes I had, but I think that match in itself, I think that was a highlight for me. The lowest was the Roderick Strong promo in the beginning. Bronson Reed, you know what? Something different. I dug it, but I gave NXT a 2.58. AEW, yeah, it was high. AEW, the lowest point again was the Britt Baker promo. I gave it a 0.5. They could have done so much more with it. There was one part where I was just like, is she coming out? Is this it? Does it work? Nope, not even close. The highest point of AEW for me was the beginning of the match, and then Paige versus Omega. And Omega versus SCU. It was a 3.5. It could have been a 4 if they just did not involve the Dark Order. There was for me, they ruined it because then all this hoopla started happening. And for me, in my opinion, took away from the match. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, and because I know Anton with a W, he mentioned in one of his things about the collective, Brandy Rose, they're done with that.
Yeah.
Brandy says no more. She doesn't want to do it no more. So that's why they kind of stopped doing that. So I'm like, all right. The lowest point, Yeah, it was the Brick Breaker. My bad. But I cannot talk about this without talking about this. The thing everybody's talking about is Nyla Rose winning the AEW championship against Riho. Now, I'm trying to find the right words to this without sounding insensitive, but then again, there's a lot of people out there that already said it, and it sounded sensitive. But my thing is that these guys, and this is my opinion. First of all, the match was all right, sloppy. Did it make sense to give it to her though? I don't know. My personal opinion on this match is that they shouldn't have given it to Nyla Rose. Why? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because she does not know how to act. And the reason why I'm saying that is because somebody put it on Twitter. And now I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't agree with what this guy said. I don't. But I was always taught that two wrongs don't make a right. Okay? What this guy said to her, he said it, but it's his own personal opinion, though. You know, he says, well, he said it too. He goes, in my opinion, I don't think they should have given it to a man. You know, he said something in the lines of, well, she got balls and a dick. You know, she's a man still. You know what I'm saying? And then she came out on him and says, oh, I'm sorry if your daddy touched you when you were little. You know, it's kind of like, what the fuck, man? No, just ignore it. Be a bigger person. You know what I'm saying? And the whole thing with the LGBTQ, they got involved.
Yeah.
Okay? And they were saying how pissed off they are that the world doesn't, you know, it's not happy for her and blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry to say, but, you know, you're telling people to respect, you know, somebody like Nyla Rose, but their opinions don't matter? That's basically what they're saying. Do they agree with it? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. This was a very touchy subject. I want to really go more into this at some point because this was a hot topic, okay? And I don't want it to come off insensitive either. Me, in my personal opinion, I just don't think they should have given it to her. Chris Statlander, that is the person they should have given it to, in my opinion. Nyla Rose, and I'm talking about her as a wrestler, not because she's a transgendered woman. I'm talking about her as a wrestler. She's hot garbage. Hot garbage. I'm sorry. When you're going to be center of attention, my wrestling instincts kick in. And I'm going to watch this match with a fine-tooth comb and see, all right, you saying that you good, all right, let's see. And when I can pick out different things wrong with that match, trust me, we'll be here for another half hour. But in my personal opinion, it has nothing to do with her gender, is the fact that she's hot garbage. I did not. It was a decent match, though. But there was still a lot of mistakes, and I gave it a 2.5. I did give it a 2.5. But in my personal opinion, I don't think they should have given her the title. Chris Statlander deserved it more. She's much more of a better wrestler than she is. Overall, I gave AEW a 2.33. Smackdown, not a bad Smackdown. Again, I wanted that sandwich. I asked for extra mayo, and then they still gave me pastrami for some reason. The highlight of this match, and surprisingly, it was Carmella versus Bayley. I gave it a 3.5. The lowest point, there was 2 of them. The Alexa Bliss moment of bliss, I gave it a 1. And the Valentine's date with Otis and Mandy, where they freaking ruined it with Dolph Ziggler. Why did he have to get involved in this? Why? To me, I think everybody was looking for, and I get where they're going with. I do, people, please. But it was too soon. It was too quick. It's stupid. Anyway, I gave it a 1. Overall, I gave Smackdown a 2.07, which is pretty high lately compared to the older scores. So.
Definitely. All right, I'm going to give you the short version of that.
Alrighty then.
For me, Monday Night Raw, I gave a total of a 1.85 stars. The highest point for me was Lynch defeating Asuka with the Baszler bite. I gave that a 3.5. It would have been a 4, but throughout the night they just kept making Becky again seem
I didn't like
superhuman and
driving
stealing
herself
an ambulance
to the hospital.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
My lowest
And
point.
what's with the tongue?
Yeah. My
Really? What do you mean?
Like every time she talks, she's like
Oh, really?
touching her top lip with her
Her
tongue.
eyes get crossed.
Yeah.
Because that's what you did.
Okay. My low point was
Oh, sorry.
Ricochet defeating Lashley, gave that a 1, and Aleister Black defeating Tozawa. You gonna start knocking on doors or what, Aleister? Nonsense. NXT for me, the highest point was Lio Rush defeating Angel Garza. I gave that a 3.5. Do not get me wrong. Gargano and Grimes, they did excellent. I gave it a 3. Grimes is growing on me, just like that chest hair of his. The lowest point for me, I gave a 1.5 to Adam Cole defeating Kushida. You can't give him 10 minutes. You know, come on,
especially
man.
with Kushida.
Yeah. Overall, I gave NXT a 2.3 stars. AEW, the highest point was Moxley defeating Santana with Cobb. Cobb is coming out of nowhere. Jeff Cobb,
you know what
man.
they're saying? That he's not officially signed with AEW.
I don't care. He was there, that was awesome. I gave that a 3. My lowest point, Darby Allin, his message, I don't see it. I gave that a 1. Overall, I gave AEW 2 stars. My SmackDown breakdown, the highest point was Bayley defeating Carmella. Gave that a 2.5. Very intrigued that they're going to have a triple threat match at Super Showdown with Bayley, Carmella, and Naomi. That's going to be something different.
That is, yeah.
Lowest point has to be Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and Elias. That was atrocious.
It was.
Gave that a 0.5. Overall, gave SmackDown 1.5 stars. Mimi!
All right. My Raw notes is my lowest point on Raw was Mojo and the Street Profits. I gave that a 0.5. Sorry.
Apologies.
My highest point was the Samoa Joe with the Viking Raiders and Seth. I gave that a 3. My overall was a 2.2.
2.2 for Raw?
For Raw.
Okay.
NXT POV. Mamma mia. Okay, my highest point, I had a couple of high points, which is Candice LeRae and Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai's new attitude is kind of growing on me.
Okay.
I'm starting to like her. I love the fact that Lio Rush beat Angel Garza. I do want to honorable mention of Velveteen Dream's Mind Games. I love the fact that he's back. Overall, I gave NXT 2.58. AEW, it's going to surprise you guys.
Oh.
AEW this time was very good. I was intrigued. I kind of agree with Tony about Nyla Rose should not have won the belt. She's better at chasing it. You know, what's the end game now that she won the belt? You know, what's next? You know, I think she's better at chasing it because even me, who I am not a wrestler, I saw the mistakes. And I was like, oh, wow, you know. But
Well, not to cut you off, but I'm going to do it anyway. My thing is, like, watching it, though, when she won and they're following her to the back and they went to commercial, I wanted to know what she was telling Omega.
I know.
And it was like the split screen shit. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This is when you... Oh, Jesus.
Exactly. All right,
Atrocious.
anywho, be so rude.
That's what I do.
Britt Baker's promo, 0.5.
Atrocious.
She needs to stay the fuck off the mic.
Atrocious.
Overall, I gave AEW a 3.
Damn.
Wow.
SmackDown breakdown.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia. Ugh. Alexa Moment of Bliss, a 0.5.
Oh,
Valentine's Day
terrible.
with Otis was a
terrible.
0.5. The highest was Carmella versus Bayley. I think that was a really, really good match. I gave that a 3.5. But my overall was a 1.5 for SmackDown.
Wow.
Holy
All right.
shit. Wow.
So, I'm the same way. SmackDown also gave 1.5. It was atrocious.
Really? I gave it a 2.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Yeah.
All that penis on your mind is what it is.
Ah!
With that being said, it is now time.
Hey, JJ.
It is now time for the Wednesday Night Delights. NXT versus AEW. NXT is currently ahead 13-4. For me, NXT definitely beats AEW this week. Mimi, what do you think?
Well, I'm looking at my scores, and NXT had a couple of good fights. I mean, you had the Jon Moxley, you had the Omega, even the Dustin Rhodes, and the Rio and Nala. I gave it a 3, so I'm going to stick with AEW in this one. All
right, Tony, break this tie.
All right, well, I mean, granted, there was a lot of things that were good on AEW, but there was a lot of good on NXT. They did a lot of different things. But what I'm going to base my decision on was the simple fact that this was a go-home show. And this is a go-home show. Yes, a go-home.
A go-home for NXT.
Excuse me. I do not understand. But it was a go-home show, okay? Don't make fun of me. All right, so it was a go-home show. So I was thinking of it. I'm like, you know what? I was fucking disappointed. I was like, what the hell? Then again, AEW, they started off hot, crappy in the middle, did okay towards the end. I like Santana as a worker. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of production that they got to work on. Even though I got NXT beating AEW in my rating, I'm going to give it to AEW this week.
All right. With that being said, AEW is currently behind 13-5. So don't call it a comeback. Well, it is now time for Raw vs. SmackDown vs. NXT. Currently, NXT is ahead 20 to Raw's 18 to SmackDown 6. SmackDown has been mathematically eliminated.
Elimination.
But they can be a spoiler. Yeah. For me, spoiler alert, NXT won this week. I had 2.3 for NXT, Raw 1.85, and SmackDown with a 1.5. Tony, who you got?
I got Raw. I'm going to go with Raw. Yeah. Because even still, the main event for Raw was good. I gave it a 3.5.
Yeah, the same thing it's been for a month.
Exactly. And Becky versus Asuka match. For me, I thought Raw was more entertaining than NXT because, again, like I said, because it was a go-home show, I didn't feel that it was a go-home show. The way I have it, I got, and my numbers are different too, but I have this one, I have Raw, NXT, and then SmackDown.
All right, Mimi, you got to break this tie.
Well, whether it was a go-home show or not, I enjoyed NXT more than Raw with a 2.58 versus Raw's 2.2, so I'm going to go NXT.
All right, so NXT is currently at 21 to Raw's 18 to SmackDown 6. Can Raw come back? We have a little bit over a month remaining. It's still possible, guys. It is possible.
Jeez.
Tony, we're going to fly through this NXT TakeOver predictions.
NXT, and again, it's not a game. We're not doing points or anything. We're just going to say who's going to win and who's going to lose. So the matches that we got set is Johnny Gargano versus Finn Balor. I'll go, then Mimi, then Rick. I'm going to go with Finn Balor. You can't make the guy lose. You just can't. Mimi.
Finn Balor.
Rick.
Yeah, you got to go with Finn Balor. Gargano's been winning way too much at takeovers. You gotta lose.
Yeah. Up next, I got the street fight: Tegan Nox versus Dakota Kai. Mimi.
I'm Dakota.
Yeah, Rick.
I gotta go with Tegan. Like Mimi said, I love this new attitude of hers.
I do too.
Tegan's gonna take over.
I agree. I think Tegan Nox for sure. All right, NXT North American Championship match: Dominic Dijakovic versus Keith Lee. Rick.
I'm going with Keith Lee because it's easier to say.
That's true. I'm going to go with Keith Lee. I mean, it took me a while to learn how to say Dominic Dijakovic, but even still, I'm going to go with Keith Lee. He just won the belt. They're not going to make him lose it right away, unless they're going to bring him up in the main roster.
Keith Lee.
All right, for the NXT Tag Team Championship, the Undisputed Era versus Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne. One thing I do got to bring out was just the little vignettes that those two did. I thought that was hilarious. I thought it was funny. If those if those guys did a movie, it would be hilarious.
Well, that's because you like those pothead movies.
Just because I'm a pothead?
No, I just said the pothead movies.
No, I do, but I thought this was funny. It's on me. I don't think they should give it to Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne. I'll go with Undisputed Era. Mimi.
And I'm gonna go with Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne.
And I'm gonna go with Undisputed Era because Matt Riddle turns on Pete Dunne.
Ooh, that'll be interesting. For the NXT Women's Championship, Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. Mimi, who you got?
I say
Now, I'm going to throw this out there. Charlotte Flair is supposed to be there.
I know.
I'm just throwing it out there.
I was gonna say it's gonna be a DQ.
And who's going to win?
There's no contest.
You said a DQ.
Yeah, I meant to say no contest.
For sure, it is going to be Rhea Ripley. They're not gonna put Bianca in WrestleMania. I'm sorry.
You don't think so?
I think it'll be a triple threat match in WrestleMania.
That's what I think. That's what I think.
That's
Rhea Ripley's going to win. Charlotte's going to interfere. And I think it's going to end up being the triple threat at Mania. Bianca, Rhea Ripley, and Charlotte for the belt. Because then it's like, let's just say, for sake, if Charlotte's going to win, I think Bianca is going to be the pin girl. So that way it protects Charlotte and it protects Rhea Ripley. You know, so I mean, if Rhea Ripley's going to retain, she's going to pin Bianca. If Charlotte is going to win, she's going to pin Bianca. So I think she's just going to be the pin girl. In the main event, NXT Championship match, Adam Cole, baby, versus Tommaso Ciampa. Rick.
It's going to be Ciampa. I mean, Cole's days are limited.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't want Ciampa.
I don't want that Goldie crap either.
Oh, that's so stupid.
No, exactly. I'm just done with. I'm getting tired of Adam Cole, but I don't want Ciampa to win.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
So I'm going Adam.
I think we're gonna have a new NXT champion. I really do.
Not.
Even though it wasn't my turn, but I just went. So I'm gonna go with Tommaso Ciampa. Rick.
I started it and I said Ciampa.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
He said Ciampa.
Oh, did he? Oh.
May I please have your attention? The store will be closing in 5 minutes.
All righty. With that being said, it is time for the book. Those that are new to the show, basically what we do is we put the most, ridiculous things that happens in the week of wrestling, and we just get a laugh and a cough and PPs and vajayjays, and we just talk about it just because some of it is funny, some of it is just getting on our damn nerves. So, all right, AEW fanboys stays. Dolph Ziggler's snapback hat. Did he have it on the day?
No, he needed to brush his hair, though.
Yeah, he did. Jesus Christ. And, of course, that wasn't even at a restaurant. It was in the backstage. So stupid. Rick Serrano III's obnoxious love for Edge.
He could come out.
No, it's going to stay. Dominican Usos.
Stays.
Brandy's gimmick collector, I think, can go.
Yes.
Yeah, it can go. They finished it.
They finished
listened to the show.
Yeah, they did. I think Sammy's butt wedgie.
Yo, it was worse.
It
was really bad this week.
It was bad.
I liked it.
Kofi, I bet you did. Kofi's Goldilocks.
I didn't see it
because it's not as good as mine.
Keith Lee's chin strap.
It wasn't there.
Sammy Castro.
It's getting worse, bro.
Garza's cousin Speedos.
Yo, man, that package is... It's just like if he sneezes, it's gonna come out.
Damn, Rick.
Oh my God, Heath Slater's depression.
Stays.
Yeah. Aleister Black's hairy nipples.
That's just gross.
JR's golden years.
Yo, he called
Let me tell you something.
Nyla Rose the king of the mountain. Come on, JR.
But not only that, he did say this during I think it was the first match when the Young Bucks came out. He said, he goes, the Young Bucks, and he goes, the Bucks of Youth.
Yep.
You know what that means, right?
Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy calls the Young Bucks the Bucks of Youth. So
delete.
He could be on his way over there. But yeah, during the Nyla Rose and Rio match, fucking JR.
I didn't even hear it.
When she won the belt, JR goes, Nyla Rose is the king of the mountain. And not only that, you guys know who Sonny Kiss is, right?
Yes.
You heard what he said?
No.
He tweeted, he goes, yay, we have the first black AEW champion. And the first ever trans or whatever. And then Nyla Rose responded, wait, who's black? It's not me. And this is Sonny Kiss, who's as gay as they come. All right. Billy Graham's arthritic Twitter fingers.
Stays.
Dana, now, you know what? Watching 350 days, I think he was kind of right on some things. Yes, Rick. Yes.
Take him out.
Yes. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to take him out because he was right. And not only, yeah, I know, right? But not only that, he admitted to a lot of things on himself, and that takes a lot to do, you know. So, and finally, Dana Brooks missing neck makeup.
Stays.
Yes, it definitely stays. All right, so that's it for the show. We babbled on long enough. We heard Mimi coughing long enough. I think you heard every POV acronym there is on the show. I promise you we will never do it again. No, I'm just bullshitting. With that being said, I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with
Mimi Cootie.
And the third wheel,
Rick Serrano the third.
And our intern,
Penis is over vagina.
Love, peace, and wrestling. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace out.
All right, so now, of course, I forgot my whole spiel. I'm just going to play a damn song. If you don't know what the fuck I would normally do, just go back a couple episodes. All right, we ready?
Yes.
Here we go.
I'm not like most girls. Nia Jax.
She could be coming back.
That's what we've been saying for a long time.
Yeah. All right, one more.
Tony's buddy, Kurt Angle.
You suck. You suck.
You guys are terrible.
You suck.
Go along with the damn rhythm.
You suck.
Right here. Right there, you say you suck. Oh my God.
You suck.
Let's talk about me. That's
You
terrible.
suck. Penis is over vagina.
Penis over vaginas. Pays over the JJs.
Point of view, people.